marks and brush pens, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you to those who are returning after my first video. I know I have had a very prolonged absence. I was dealing with some health issues, but now I am back and ready to film again, so here we are. I know the second video was supposed to be a fountain pen video. Unfortunately, that is not quite done yet, so I thought in the meantime I would film sort of a filler video to practice a little bit and make sure that I had something out there for you guys. So this is going to be a San Francisco stationery haul. So my brother lives in San Francisco, and this Christmas my family was lucky enough to be able to go visit him, and I did a lot of stationery shopping in San Francisco. So I thought maybe a couple of my fellow stationery nerds would like to see what I got. So diving right in. There is a Muji in San Francisco. Muji is a Japanese brand that sells everything from stationery to clothing to home goods. It sells a little bit of everything, and its brand is sort of based on simplicity and functionality, which is a big thing also with their stationery, and one of the reasons why it's so popular among stationery nerds. So the first thing I got was actually an A5 binder in craft. They have these in craft and also in black. I got for this the 5 tab dividers, which they actually have the dividing tabs at the top. I got for it the lined paper and then also the gridded paper. And this is the pen test that I did with my fountain pens, and it performed very well. So I was very pleased with that, and I'm excited to start using this binder. I may end up using it sort of as a hybrid bullet journal system. I don't know yet. But I really do like the paper, so I'm thinking about that. I also got these not tabbed, but these pocket dividers actually at a different store, but they went ahead and fit in here, so I put them in here. I don't know if this multiple rings is a Muji thing or a Japanese thing, but if anyone knows, please go ahead and tell me, because if I can order a lot more brands that for the multiple rings, I will be a very happy person. So also at Muji, I got several notebooks. So I have this sort of color-coded set of A5 lined notebooks. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to use these for, but I wanted them, so I got them. I also have this little A6 pocket notebook in ruled, and Muji has these stamps where once you buy the projects, Emma speaks words. Once you buy the products, you can stamp them. So I went ahead and put a couple of stamps in here, and I also put this on the front of a notebook I bought for my best friend and sent to her, so we have matching stamped notebooks. And then I also got another lined A5 notebook, and this glasses stamp was one of my favorites, so I went ahead and put that on there. And the same stamp is actually in my binder. And then these are just the refill paper for the binder. You can tell I opened these and took some. I have a lot more of the lined than of the grid. I use grid paper more often, but they sold the lined and bigger ones, so we'll see how that goes. And then the last couple things I got at Muji are actually not stationery, but I thought I'd show them to you anyway. I have this little bobby pin case and a pill box, and I just throw both of these things into my bag so I have them when I need them. Alright, so, as a quick sort of disclaimer, I am about to butcher some Japanese pronunciation, and I really do apologize for that. I do not know how to pronounce most of these words, so I'm just kind of winging it in how I would pronounce them as an American. If you know how to correctly pronounce these, please leave me a note in the comments so that I can say them correctly. It's my goal to one day speak Japanese, but I don't do that today. So if you can tell me how to pronounce these correctly, I would greatly appreciate it. Moving on, I went to a store in Japantown. I did a lot of shopping in Japantown. I love Japanese stationery and Japanese culture, so I was very excited to do a lot of shopping there. I went to a store called Daiso Japan, which I think is sort of like a Japanese dollar store. Most of the items there were in the $2 to $5 range, but they're a little bit higher quality than your typical American dollar store brands. And they did have a large stationery section, which I was very happy about. So I got this rather large, I believe this is an A4 size notebook in dot grid. They had these notebooks in various sizes with different paper type on the inside, and I just got lucky that my favorite type grid was my favorite color, green. So I got one of those. I also got this little notebook, which is actually lined, but I thought, oh sorry, not lined, it's dot grid. I buy pretty much every notebook I find that's dot grid because it's kind of rare to find dot grid as opposed to ruled or gridded. And I also just loved all the little illustrations that were on it. I actually have this eraser, which is funny. I also got a little ring of cards. They also sell these at Muji, but I didn't pick them up there. But when I saw them at Daiso, I decided to go ahead and get them. They are little grids. Ooh, that's not, there we go. Little grids. I'm likely going to use this for ink swabs and ink testing, but the paper might not hold up to it, so we will see. I have yet to test this, but I'm excited about testing it. I also got, while I was there, some calligraphy brushes. These are for traditionally writing Japanese and Chinese calligraphy. I do not write Japanese calligraphy yet. I only do calligraphy in English thus far, but I would like to learn, so I thought I would go ahead and get myself a set of brushes. And then the final thing that I got at Daiso was this really cute little owl jar. I have no idea what this says. If somebody can tell me what this says, I would be very appreciative. It's just a little jar, and I got one for me and for my best friend because we both love owls. I collect a lot of owl stuff, so this now sits on my windowsill very proudly. At one point, my family took the ferry over to Sausalito, and while we were in Sausalito, I bought these little Japanese erasers. They had a whole section for these, and they were really cute. This is an owl, and then I also got a little green hedgehog. I doubt I will ever actually use these to erase anything because I think they're so cute. They're probably just going to sit on my windowsill and look adorable. Yeah, pretty much. So while we were on the ferry, well, before and after we were on the ferry, there is a place called the Ferry Building, and one of the stores that is in that is Book Passages, which is where I got, strangely enough, the only book I bought while I was on the trip, The Accidental Alchemist, which is a mystery combined with a little bit of alchemy and fantasy. I really like it so far. It's set in Portland. It's got a nice, quick writing style, and I would recommend it if you like mysteries. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know who the killer is, but we will find out. So I did go to another bookstore where I lied. I did buy another book. It's just not another book I can read yet. So there is a Japanese-based bookstore, a chain throughout the U.S. and I think also in Japan called, I'm sorry about, will not pronounce this correctly, Kinokuniya. And I bought a couple of things there. I bought, first of all, this coloring book because it has an illustration style that I really like. Let me see if I can flip through. The theme of this book is someone going about shopping. This particular page is her in a bookstore. I actually have another coloring book in this series, which is The Little Girl at Home. They're made by the same illustrator, and I just think they have such beautiful illustrations that I wanted to go ahead and get the second one in the series. I bought the first one while I was at Kinokuniya for the first time when I was helping my brother move out to San Francisco. So I'm really pleased to have both of these. I don't think I will ever color these in because I think I'll ruin them if I try to color them. I think this one is especially pretty, the art supply store, and it has a fountain pen nib on the door, which makes my nerdy heart sing. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever color these because I'm afraid of ruining them, but every once in a while I just like to flip through and admire it. Alright, and then the second thing I got at Kinokuniya was this book in Japanese. Like I said, it's my goal to read and write and speak Japanese at one point. So every time I go to Kinokuniya, I buy another book in Japanese and it sits on my shelf with the promise to myself that one day I will be able to read it. So this is just a little book by Naoki Higashida. I apologize for that. I have no idea what it's called because the title is not anywhere in English. I just sort of pick out covers that I like. Alright then, so one of the last places I went to shop because I knew I was going to spend a lot of money there, so I sort of budgeted myself to be able to spend a lot of money there, was Maido. and it sells Japanese stationery. So the first couple of things that I bought there were some notebook. I went there a couple times actually. I bought myself some notebooks, so I have this MD notebook. Sometimes these are referred to as Midori, which can get confusing because Travelers Company used to call their notebooks Midori, but I think it's officially called MD. They sell these in blank, lined, and gridded. I got the gridded, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of a little bit of an different looking grid, but I think it's very nice. The paper is pretty nice. Ooh, I stuck some extra paper in the back here. I did a fountain pen test in the back here, and it performed pretty well. So I don't know what I'm going to use this notebook for yet, but probably something fun. Alright, so then, one of the reasons I originally found Mido was that they sell hobonichis, and I love hobonichis, so I got myself two. This is the A6 hobonichi in English and the Weeks, which is in Japanese. They do not sell the A5 version, but I actually wanted the A6 anyway, so that kind of turned out to be lucky for me. I bought both the cover and the notebook in one, because I thought I would go ahead and try a new cover for this year. And this doubles as my wallet. It's got all my cards and then my actual hobonichi. Let's see if I can flip to a page. So this is today, and one of the things on my list today is film San Francisco Hall video, so I will be able to check that off, which is pretty exciting. So that is, and this is used as my daily planner with my, right now, Pilot Metropolitan in fine. But that pen changes around a lot as ink does as the year goes on. And then the Weeks is going to be my blog planner and a sort of a more, an overview of everything. So the A6 is my personal planner, and this is going to be my blog planner. I haven't totally decided how I'm going to use it yet, so there's actually nothing in it as of yet, but this is going to hold all of my scheduled out planned things for my blog. So for my Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, and then hopefully later this year I will be starting a website with a blog, so that will be added as well. And then I'm thinking about Twitter, but I'm not sure about that. So those are my two hobonichis. I got these cool little airmail envelopes. I remember my family lived in London for a little while, and I remember us getting and sending letters in these. So when I saw these, I thought, I have to get these so I can send my best friend some letters in these envelopes. So that's why I went ahead and bought these. Let's see. I also got, one of my favorite buys thus far. I got two new inks. This is Sailor Shikiori Waka Yugusiu. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I did try to translate this because there isn't actually English anywhere on the packaging or the bottle. Well, there's a little bit of English, but it doesn't say the name of it. I know that Shikiori means 4 seasons, which was a limited edition run, and I think that Mido just had some of these left over because I don't think this is from the new release. Now they have Gentile inks. I butchered that pronunciation too. I speak well. I tried to translate this ink and I got 2 different things, one of which just said Japanese wood carving and one of which said Japanese car nightingale, so I'm assuming it has something to do with either wood carving or a nightingale. But if anybody knows what this is in English, please go ahead and let me know. Let's see if I can focus it in a little bit. Ooh! Alright, I don't think so. This is practicing for me filming anyway, so it's Waka Yuguyusi? Isu? That makes much more sense, doesn't it? Isu. Okay, moving on. I also bought some J. Urbing ink, I guess is how you would say it. I'm pretty sure it's French. I think this is I have no idea what this is in English actually, but it is a brown ink. I haven't tried this out yet, but I've been looking at buying it for a while, so when I saw they had it in these little tester bottles, I thought, yes, I'm going to go ahead and get some of that. So I did. And like I said, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, and I think that is almost everything. Oh, I do have two little more things to show you, which are not technically stationery, but I did get them in San Francisco, so I thought, why not? I actually bought this at a Bed Bath & Beyond. It's a little owl kitchen timer. I am not a cook. I'm a terrible cook, actually. I'm learning. But I'm going to use this for when I time myself using the Pomodoro method. So I generally do 25 minutes of writing, 5 minutes off to rest or do something else, and then go back to writing again for another 25 minutes. So I've used this a couple times to keep track, and I also think it's just really cute because it's my favorite color and my favorite animal. And then the last thing I actually did not buy. It was given to me as a Christmas gift, but I thought it was really beautiful, so I wanted to show you. My sister bought this for me for Christmas from a street artist in Chinatown, and I think it's just absolutely lovely. So lovely that I've been too scared to take it out of the packaging just yet, so it is still wrapped up nicely in the packaging, but eventually I will put this on my wall. Yes, that is pretty much everything. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it all the way to the end, I think I was rambling a little bit, but thank you for sticking with me. My next video will definitely be my fountain pen 101, which will cover the basics of fountain pens, which ones are good for beginners, and how to start using them as soon as you get them. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a wonderful 2017, and I hope you all have a wonderful 2018, and I will see you next time.